Hello and welcome to Self-Isolation Day 3. Today I'm going to be talking about podcasts because you don't have to have a glass of wine in your hand when you're listening to a podcast, but you could. You can do it with your friends. It's the perfect thing to get involved with when you are at home or in isolation with not much else to be getting on with. There is so much choice in the world of podcasts. The first one I want to show you today is 13 Minutes to the Moon. Now, I loved Series 1. I think the host, Kevin Fong, does a brilliant job of dissecting the final 13 minutes of the lunar landing. You hear all the comms between the shuttle and Earth, and he makes sense of it. He interviews people who were there, so you find out the points of pressure, the difficulties, the challenges. And the last episode is simply playing those 13 minutes back, having spent episodes listening, intently kind of zeroing in on detail. And that last episode, when you have been furnished with the information, it is such a reward. It is such a treat. A brilliant podcast. But Series 2 has just come out. And Series 2 is about Apollo 13. So it's the mission where Jim Lovell and his colleagues on board the spaceship lose their oxygen supply, and they have to find a way to get them back to Earth and survive. Apart from anything else, Hans Zimmer, the great composer, does the music. So the soundtrack is epic. But it's a beautifully put together podcast. Can't recommend it highly enough. Second up, Bunk Bed. This is a BBC podcast with Peter Curran and Patrick Marber. Now, I think both of them are hilarious. Really insightful way of delivering a funny conversation, but a barbed and deep kind of look at, you know, how they both work, not just in the character, it's artistically, the whole nine yards. They're lying in bunk beds in the dark, and you can hear the timbre and the kind of character of their voice is changed and altered by that, as is their mood. So the way it works is they record for a long stretch. Peter Curran is a genius, then goes away and edits it and threads bits together into some semblance of entertainment, and it is a marvel. The episode particularly I'm listening to at the moment.
To the Bunk Bed podcast with me, Peter Curran.
Listen to his voice.
Patrick Marber. Yeah.
I love them. So Jane Horrocks is on a pull-out mattress in that episode. Phenomenally funny. They have special guests, but the two of them together, brilliant. Finally, and very quickly, my podcast, A Glass With. How could I not ruthlessly plug my own show? So I go and I have a drink, basically, a glass of wine with a famous person. We chat for half an hour, and then I give them something to take away, a nice bottle from my cellar. So I've interviewed Pink, Sting, Trudy Styler, Ben McIntyre, who have I got here? Alex James, wonderful. Phil Wang was hilarious. Dom Jolly, always good fun. I just think it's a really nice way of getting people to relax. You have a chin wag, yeah, and you kind of just let it all wash over you. And I mean, just looking at these names: Sam Neill, Stuart Broad, Mick Hucknall, Dave Lamb. I love Dave Lamb. Thank you for watching today. Those 3 podcasts are amazing. Download them, enjoy yourselves, keep well and safe, and I'm sending you lots of love.